A war is usually between two countries, but the horrors of a war, how horrible a soldier. Friends, today's movie is completely based on a true story. This incident happened in World War II when Germany and Russia were at war. The movie is called Soldier Boy. I promise you that the story of this movie will give you a different feeling at the end of the explanation. Washing clothes in the river, and suddenly a German plane comes, and he destroys the plane with his slingshot, and then the scene changes and we realize it was this little boy's dream. He keeps saying in his sleep, "Jai Ma you Siraj," then wakes up, and then he hears the door opening. It is Siraj's neighbor Auntie, who sees him on earth and hugs him and says, saying very upset that your mother and brother have been killed by the Germans, and even the whole village has been set on fire. While saying this, Siraj's aunt hears the firing outside. She quickly prepares the son and says that you have to run away from the house, throws out from the back window and shouts, "Never look back, you will go forward just to save your life." And that's when the German rhymes in an alley. Auntie dies there. All the people of the village are trying to escape for their lives, and as Sujata Auntie says the deal. After running for a long time, he came to a lonely forest and then he looked at the sky and said, "Mom, where are you? I can't run. Mom, where did you leave me?" He saw the German soldiers there saw Beauty who hid under a tree, because the little baby man also realized that if the army hid, he would also be killed by the German soldiers. When he was hiding under the tree, there came a python snake. Satkira District 1 was passing by. But the best was a very brave kid who covered his mouth with his hand so that no words would come out. The German soldiers finished their meal and left. He ran into the forest. He was very hungry. He hadn't eaten anything since yesterday until today. He couldn't bear the pain of hunger anymore and started eating leaves. Then suddenly, the German soldiers started bombing the forest. A big one fell far away. He was scared. He gets it and starts thinking that many enemies around him seem to be not a stick of a tree, and shouts louder and louder to me, but a friend to someone around me. "Honey, I know you may be feeling a bit heavy hearing the words, but once you think about the truth of the incident." In a while he was tired, who came a little far, and he was very tired and fell asleep. There he had a dream in his sleep. He saw that he was having a happy time with his mother and brother. All of a sudden it started raining and the children's eyes opened. Hungry kid comes trying to drink some rainwater, and what will he do? After some time again he gets tired and falls asleep, and after that some soldiers come there, and Siraj is taken from there. Then the scene changes to show another small army camp. It was Russian army camp, where their war planning was being done. A soldier entered through that door, and all the soldiers there saw Seryozha in his arms, very curious. High Command asked to know the boy's name, then the country itself said, "My name is Feroza." Then, when the commander asked Surya, then she started talking about her family, Auntie next door, who said that my mother and brother are all dead. She started crying profusely. Then everyone consoled her and brought her good food. Katya started taking care of Shishir like her own child. She became the focus of all the sick patients in the neighborhood, who now became an object of affection. Teaches the friend very well from everything. When the commander comes out after talking to Surya, he cries and requests the commander to see something. He was left in this camp because the commander decided that he will now send him to the orphanage. After all, it is a war. Why is it here? At any time the baby boy may be in danger, so the commander does not listen to him, and he remains firm in his decision. The next day, it is seen that some soldiers came to meet Roha. Madhyamani has come. Now the only reason everyone is fine is this baby boy. No one from that camp was going. He left them and went to the orphanage even at night. He kept saying the same thing to his girlfriend. They were not sent because their only happiness was on this battlefield. But the commander's soldier was asked to leave after a bit of bullying. In the meantime, the German soldiers attacked their camp, but the commander and his forces were very smart, so they won the war very easily. Then came the day to bid farewell to the place where she had been decorated and brought to the commandant, and Shishir left the commandant because Katya could not bear it in front of her eyes. Siraj sent her away from the camp. He talked to the children of the command for a long time before taking leave. He cried a lot. He didn't want to leave here, but actually thought about his safety. The commander himself was having a hard time leaving her. He gifted her a wooden pistol made by himself. Siraj was very happy to see the opposition. She hugged her neck and cried, "Hey, gosh! We'll stay for the rest of my life." Seryozha gets very happy. She says yes, immediately, and the commander immediately tears the orphan letter, and Siraj is not leaving here. This news spreads in the entire camp, and the entire palm tree is in a happy mood. It almost seemed that Rush won a big battle. At night, everyone cut their own traces and made an army dress for the children. A small battle for them, a festival was created in Manipur, India. When Siraj woke up the next morning, Siraj 111 TIB trustee of command. He was so happy that he came out immediately after the rain fell, and in fact, he started saluting everyone in the camp, and in the meantime, the German forces attacked them again, and in this attack, many soldiers were injured as well as killed. Everyone was running around, and Siraj was hoping he could not find anything how to help the wounded Suniti. Then he went to the room where the wounded soldiers were kept. He started feeding water to everyone. A soldier who had lost both eyes in the battle saw that tone from my house. "The letter has come. Will you read it to me, children?" Stay the letter. He started reading it. He started saying that everyone in your house loves you very much. They are all very well and miss you a lot. And the cow you have is giving a lot of milk now, and that is when the soldier. It was said that I don't have any cow. Then another wounded soldier who was standing next to him said, "Hey, that's right." Then all the wounded soldiers there started laughing. They stood between life and death and forgot all their pain. Really pray, but he was not going to get any emotional pain. Understand, the thing is so young, a kid. He has so much intelligence. Then this scene changes, and we see he is lying on Razaka's lap, and then the commander comes there. He was going to say something from the command, but he said no, way, couldn't, and gets to the top in between, so he can't say this now. Commander actually liked Gadha a lot, and Kami also liked Kamal's bride, but they both never told each other this. Openly then, it is seen that Shira is trying to save and seeing that there. The soldier starts laughing a lot, and his child asks if you're going to make love lying down, and tells them that it's going on and never makes love. Says, "Sir, is there any work for me?" Commander tells him, "Yes, you have a big responsibility. Your job is to deliver all the letters to every soldier." The commander then sees the cut on Siraj's face and asks, "What is it?" Then Sujata tells Sujata that I want to save it. Actually, to save the commander's mourning that was cut there. He looks at it and actually duplicated it. Goes out and gives everyone their letters, and he tries to cheer them up by laughing and dancing. The terrorists gave him binoculars and went to a forest with the corruption. When he put his eyes through the binoculars, he saw 2 legs in the bushes. Sais believe the golden vine, and they go to that bush and capture 2 German spies. When the commander finds out about this, he is very happy with the children of the command, and he has now become a real soldier in the commander's eyes. Meanwhile, he comes to the government, and they are still the official father-son commander, happily takes Seryozha to Katia. And that's when he finds Kaki talking to someone else, so Kanti might be in love with him, so he misunderstands and leaves. Out of nowhere, Feroz sits quietly beside him, and it is seen that the commander is suddenly very worried as their telephone line has been cut in the battle, so that the commander is unable to call for help, and he sends a soldier to fix it. And that's when that memorable wound up okay without saying anything to the soldier goes from there, and Seryozha keeps saying, "You show me how to fix this," but it's like going away. The kid then there was this soldier who said, "You these 2, give it to Palm. Its result, the telephone will be fixed." Okay, so now the line is fixed. Then ask for help. And they win this battle because of Siraj's conflict. Then slowly change and see Siraj come to Katia, and she is crying, saying that commander for a long time, something can't eat or even sleep. It goes to the waist with Sona Matrika. She keeps checking on the commander, but nothing real commentary happens. Basically, it's just a simple partner plan to cry and come a little closer for commentary, so they can speak their minds. Then it is seen that the camp has been brought in a dog car and the opposition is very happy to see it. Kanthi is first shown the commander's blessing and proposes to her in a very strange way. The commander asks, "Who will you be, the mother of Ojha?" She happily agrees. Those of you who have not yet been able to tell your favorite people, tell them today. Then the scene changes and we meet. All the soldiers had left their own camp to go to another camp, and Seryozha was among them. On the way, they are attacked again by the Germans, and this time their car is completely destroyed and many soldiers are injured. Hero came to speak, then came there. General saw who looted General. As soon as he saw it, Qatar entered National Salute Surya, then asked Commander Sir, "Do I have any work today, comrade?" So, yes, of course, you have work online 215. He made a list of what needs to be done and gave it to us. He came and worked according to his word. He brought a list of all and submitted it to Narelle. The general was very impressed by it. Then he requested Jin and said that, "Please give permission for the marriage of my father and brother." 304. After hearing this, the General Air Commander both laughed out loud, and in the next scene he was given the status of a full soldier and was well dressed. And this was a very happy moment for all, but that night, the Germans again attacked their camp, and this time the attack was earlier. Like it was not small now, they made a big attack in that camp. He couldn't find his father commander anywhere. He looked around for his father, only went to a soldier and said to him, "Please, uncle, find my father. Please save him." Feroz started crying and actually hugged him. Embrace and show here the effect of a war on a small child who can read that the child who was supposed to be in the arms of the mother on the street, who was supposed to go to play, is today fighting in the battlefield. When remembering this incident is completely true. Wake up and think about it. At the age of 6, your father said he was happy, and happy this child had to fight the next day. When the war stopped, he went to Sirte. His father was very hurt. Feroza was very close to his father. When he saw his condition, then his father did not tell him. Here the movie ends, and it is shown that after that, Germany flag fought with the title soldier team in many places. How did it feel? If you like the explanation, then you must give it and support the channel by subscribing. Then goodbye, like today.